welcome to PlayPKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I am PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by KM Packaging, specialists in high-performance lidding films and shaped pre-made pouches. Now, making headlines this week. In a world first for Cadbury, brand owner Mondelez International is sourcing recycled plastic from Taghleef Industries for flexible wrappers to be printed and converted by Amcor. The new packaging, with 30% recycled content, will be on shelf in Australia from September next year. The recycled plastic material will be used for the Cadbury Dairy Milk family blocks range made at the Cadbury Hobart factory in Tasmania. Now, according to Mondelez, the volume of recycled plastic being used is enough to package 50 million family blocks of Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. The recycled material will be sourced from overseas markets, but as local demand for recycled content increases, the hope is that this could boost investment in local capability. Now, Darren O'Brien, Mondelez International President for Australia, New Zealand and Japan, said that not only is this a world first for Cadbury, but Cadbury in Australia will be among the first anywhere in the world to buy recycled content soft plastic packaging. He said, "We're setting new ground in finding solutions to meet the national packaging targets and the broader global challenges presented by packaging waste." Now, the move has been welcomed by Trevor Evans, the Assistant Minister for Waste Reduction and Environmental Management, who has said that the 2025 national packaging targets are propelling industry action to achieve 20% average recycled content in plastic packaging by 2025. Now, the result is that industry leaders across the global plastic supply chain, including Mondelez International, are increasing the percentage of recycled content in their plastic products and packaging, a great outcome. Simon Roy, Vice President and General Manager of Amcor Flexibles, Australia and New Zealand, said that Amcor was proud to be part of the solution, supporting the development of new technologies to help deliver local sustainable packaging. Now, still on the subject of confectionery, a new packaging line for Maltesers at Mars Wrigley's Ballarat site will account for part of the company's $30 million investment to drive local innovation and build manufacturing capability. The latest capital injection builds on the previous $37 million investment for the Ballarat site that Mars Wrigley announced in 2020. And this is all part of its continued commitment to Australian manufacturing and to future-proofing its Australian operations. The Ballarat facility currently makes products for export to over 17 countries. Andrew Leakey, the General Manager of Mars Wrigley Australia, said that while the majority of the company's products are made in Australia today, our ambition, he said, is to make even more of our products here in the future. The new $30 million investment into our Ballarat factory will support our ambition by enhancing our onshore manufacturing technologies and capabilities to ensure our Australian business remains globally competitive. Straight from his mouth. The new packaging line will allow for increased volume of production, unlocking new export opportunities to growth markets across Asia during peak season demand. Well, also making headlines this week is packaging waste innovator saveBOARD Australia, a company that is focused on expanding the local circular economy. And this company has just received a $1.7 million grant from the federal and New South Wales government to set up a $5 million facility to convert beverage packaging waste, like beverage cartons and coffee cups, into high-performance building materials. It's funded by the Australian government's Recycling Modernisation Fund and the New South Wales government's Waste Less, Recycle More initiative. Now, the factory or the conversion facility will allow Australian builders to replace plywood, particle board and plasterboard with low-carbon, environmentally sustainable construction boards. The project also marks the first collaboration between beverage giants Tetra and SIG Combibloc in Australia under the umbrella of the Global Recycling Alliance for the Beverage Cartons and Environment, called GRACE. And this is a joint initiative with saveBOARD and its supporters Freightways and Closed Loop. Meanwhile, across the ditch, New Zealand-based ecostore, which has long had its eye on the sustainability ball, has achieved B Corp certification for its Australasian operations. ecostore Australia's General Manager, Steve Messina, said that this accreditation represents the highest independent standard to demonstrate to customers, consumers and partners alike that the company does all it can to make the world a better place. Now, ecostore is constantly innovating to reduce its environmental impact, from biodegradable ingredients to carbon zero certified manufacturing, plastic made from sugarcane, to launching its own plastic return program and creating over 200 refill stations to reduce plastic consumption. Fantastic work to the team at ecostore. Now, that's all from me for today. To find out more about the stories discussed, go to our website, where you can also read the September-October issue of PKN Packaging News, just out now. Thanks for watching and stay safe.